Anthony Hopkins' theatrical career on London's West End is the stuff of legends, an enthralling tale of talent, perseverance, and the art of transformation. Born in Port Talbot, Wales in 1937, Hopkins was not initially drawn to the world of acting. A self-proclaimed misfit, he found solace in the arts, particularly music and painting. It wasn't until he encountered Richard Burton, another celebrated Welsh actor, that he realised acting could be his calling. The journey began in earnest in 1965 when Laurence Olivier, already an icon of British theatre, invited a young Anthony Hopkins to join the Royal National Theatre. At the time, Hopkins had recently graduated from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art RADA and had spent years honing his craft in repertory theatre. Olivier, known for spotting prodigious talent, recognised in Hopkins a rare intensity and precision. It was under Olivier's tutelage that Hopkins would develop a deep understanding of Shakespeare and classic theatre, a foundation that would shape his career. Hopkins initially joined the National Theatre as Olivier's understudy, a position that offered him a front-row seat to the workings of one of the greatest actors of the time. His breakout moment came unexpectedly when Olivier fell ill during a production of The Dance of Death in 1967. Hopkins stepped into the role with such force and confidence that audiences were left mesmerized. Olivier later remarked in his memoir that Hopkins played the part like a cat with a mouse between its teeth. For Hopkins, this experience was transformative. It marked the end of his pre-show nerves, a condition Olivier himself helped him overcome with sage advice. Nerves are vanity, to hell with them. Just jump off the edge. It was a credo that Hopkins carried throughout his career. At the National Theatre, Hopkins became known for his Shakespearean roles, notably in King Lear, which he often cited as his favourite of the Bard's works. His portrayal of the tragic monarch was as complex as it was gripping, embodying the frailty, rage, and sorrow of a man unravelling under the weight of his own decisions. He also played Coriolanus, Macbeth, and Mark Antony in Antony and Cleopatra, showcasing his versatility and ability to inhabit a wide range of characters. Each role revealed new depths to his talent, and his performances became a highlight of the National Theatre's offerings during the late 1960s and 1970s. By the mid-1980s, Hopkins had cemented his reputation as one of the most formidable actors of his generation. His collaboration with playwright David Hare on Pravda in 1985 was a career-defining moment. Playing the ruthless South African newspaper magnate Lambert Leroux, Hopkins delivered a performance that was both ferocious and magnetic. Critics and audiences alike were dazzled by his ability to oscillate between charm and menace, a skill that would later define many of his film roles. For this performance, he earned a Laurence Olivier Award for Outstanding Achievement, a fitting acknowledgement of his theatrical prowess. Yet, despite his success, theatre was not always a comfortable space for Hopkins. He once described acting on stage as a torment, recalling how the demands of live performance often left him physically and emotionally drained. His final stage appearance in the West End was in 1989, in M. Butterfly, a play that delves into themes of identity, deception, and cultural expectations. Though his performance was praised, Hopkins later admitted that the experience solidified his decision to leave the theatre. "There were nights when you felt like you were dying out there," he said in an interview. One matinee, performed for an entirely Japanese audience, was particularly memorable for its silence. An audience immersed in reflection rather than applause. "You'd go to your dressing room and think, 'An open razor, please,'" Hopkins quipped with his characteristic humour. Hopkins's departure from the stage was not an abandonment of his roots, but a pivot toward new challenges. The discipline and emotional depth he cultivated in theatre carried over into his screen work, propelling him to international stardom. His ability to immerse himself fully into roles, whether as Hannibal Lecter or C.S. Lewis, can be traced back to those formative years on stage, where the stakes were high and the performances unfiltered by the lens of a camera. Hopkins's theatre career serves as a masterclass in dedication and growth. His journey underscores the importance of seizing opportunities, no matter how daunting. From his early days at the National Theatre to his Olivier-winning turn in Pravda, every role was an opportunity to refine his craft and push his limits. He approached each character with the curiosity of an artist and the rigor of a craftsman, delving deep into the psyche of his characters to bring them to life. Another key takeaway from Hopkins's story is the value of mentorship. His relationship with Laurence Olivier was pivotal, not just for the opportunities it afforded him, but for the wisdom it imparted. Olivier's guidance helped Hopkins overcome self-doubt and embrace the inherent vulnerability of live performance. For aspiring actors, seeking out mentors and learning from seasoned professionals can be a transformative experience, offering insights that no textbook or acting class can provide. Hopkins's theatrical career is also a testament to the power of resilience. He openly acknowledged the challenges and insecurities he faced, both as a young actor and later as a seasoned performer. Yet he never allowed these struggles to define him. Instead, he used them as fuel, channeling his frustrations and fears into performances that were raw, authentic, and unforgettable. As he transitioned to film and television, Hopkins carried the lessons of the stage with him. The precision, discipline, and emotional depth he developed in theatre became hallmarks of his screen performances. While Anthony Hopkins's West End career may not be as widely celebrated as his film work, it remains a cornerstone of his artistic legacy. It was on the London stage that he learned to command attention, to navigate the complexities of human emotion, and to tell stories that resonate on a profound level.